Guys, Poverty Point Customs here. So my previous video is preparing my pool pad for my new Summer Waves Elite pool. It's a 16 foot by 48 inches deep. I purchased this from Walmart Canada. The regular price is $4.49 plus tax and $75 to ship. So eventually we're going to go to a hard side pool, but that'll be in the next year or two. This actually replaced my 14-foot Summer Waves Elite pool. If you check my playlist, I have quite a few videos on that pool. Nice thing about this, it actually comes with your liner, your frame, your pool pump, your Type C filter, your ladder, and your pool cover. So everything you need to get started other than your chemicals. So we're going to open this up in the garage and take all the parts out to the pool area. It actually weighs a couple hundred pounds, so it's easier to take them out piece by piece. Now, careful when you're opening this. So what we have is our T-bars, our pool pump, our horizontal and vertical bars, plus the feet that goes on the bottom. This is the liner, and that's the pool cover, and that's the pool ladder. What we're going to do first is get the pool liner laid out on the pool mat outside. Alright, so there's the new pool liner, so we're going to lay it out on the pool mat here. Pool is right there. That's where your pump actually attaches to on the side of the pool. So you got to decide where you want your pump at. I'm going to have the pump right here, so I'm going to have to shift the pool around a little bit. No judging on the hair. It's windy. So there's 12 vertical legs. They're the long poles. What you need to do is install the plastic feet on the bottom of each one. Just like that. So do that to all 12. Alright, so once we got the feet on the bottom of the vertical poles, you want to install the horizontal poles. Just careful not to block on your liner. So what you want to do is feed it through this hole right here. Now this is the tricky job I find out of the whole setup on these pools. Just like that. Now some people actually put some baby powder through there to help feed the pole through. I also find it's easier if you open up this end and this end. It kind of frees it up, because if not, the pool liner's stuck together. So what I'm going to do next is go all the way around the pool and install the horizontal poles, and then we'll do the vertical poles after. All right, once you have all your horizontal poles through, you want to take your T-fitting, which is this, and what this is going to do is connect your horizontal poles together. You're going to take your pin, push it through the hole, and it's going to come out the bottom end. Then you're going to connect the other side. And it locks in. If you have an issue getting it through the bottom hole, sometimes you have to wiggle the pole around a little bit to get it through. So you're going to do this all the way around. Alright, so all the T-fittings are in except for the last one. This is the last T-fitting, so just take a note of the angles here. If you don't have these, it's very, very hard to get this in, so we're going to install the last one right here. Alright, so what we're going to do next is install the vertical poles. I've already done one right there. So what you're going to do, put your vertical pole on the inside of this. It already has the quick connect in it. You're going to squeeze this and feed the pole up into your T connector, just like that. So you're going to go all the way around and do that. So this is where the pool is starting to take shape. What you're going to want to do next, right here, you're going to want to follow this all the way around, because some people have had issues with that actually getting twisted. So just go around all the pool to make sure it's nice and flush and it's not twisted. Alright, so what I did next is I went around the bottom of the pool and I pulled the pool liner out at the bottom, and you want your poles to be nice and straight. You don't want them pushed in towards the bottom. So what you want to do is get as many wrinkles out of the bottom of the pool as you can. I've been playing around with it for about 10 minutes, and that's about as good as it's going to get. The bottoms will actually push out a little bit and tighten it up a little bit once there is a little bit of water in there. So on the side, you're going to have a drain plug. You're going to want to make sure that's nice and closed up. You don't want to be putting water in it and letting it all drain out again. Alright, the fun part, we're going to start adding some water into it. So while I'm adding the water, I'll set up the pool pump and get it all installed. So this is your pool pump. So the model is SFX 1500. So a lot of the attachments you need are inside. So your suction and your outlet fittings. So we're going to get this installed all on the pool. So these are actually quite easy to install. So what you need to do first is unscrew this ring at the front. And you're going to push this through the hole. Just like that. Before you push it through, make sure this rubber O-ring is nice and secured. And it's secured at the top here. So we're going to push that through. And on the inside of the pool, we're going to screw this onto the threads. Just want to mention, a lot of people have issues over time with these leaking from the bottom. There's an O-ring that goes around the bottom. You can actually unscrew this part to winterize it and pop out the pump. So when you put this back on, there's an O-ring. You got to make sure it's in place. If not, if you pinch it or if it's not on perfect, it will actually start dripping from the bottom. So just a little tip. Alright, what we're going to install next, this is where it's actually going to shoot out the filtered water into your pool. So what you want to do is unscrew this part here, and then this part. This is the part that's going to go on the inside of the pool. So we're going to go on the other side of the pool, push this through, just like that. You're going to tighten this up, so you're going to have your gasket and your plastic, just like that. And then this is going to hook up your hose to the bottom of your pump. This just screws in. And make sure this is nice and snug so it doesn't leak. There you go. So what we want to install next is our hose. So you're going to want to put on your little clamps, one on each end of the hose. You may have to loosen them up a little bit. There you go. So one goes on the pump end, one goes on the discharge. You're going to want to tighten it up. Make sure it's all the way up. Tighten this up tight, but don't over tighten it or you can break the fittings. There you go. So this pump already has the filter installed. It's a Type C filter. Just push it down. Kind of snaps over top of the pump. And this is your strainer. So we're just going to install the filter cover for now. We'll worry about the chemicals tomorrow probably. It's going to take all night and probably part of tomorrow to fill up. I should also mention this pool is roughly 20,000 liters or 5,300 gallons, so it will take a while to fill. And then what I'm going to worry about next is the landscaping. Once the pool is all set up, we have a fence coming in. We're going to get rid of concrete. We're going to put some nice gravel, get this area all nice and pretty. So again, this is our second Summer Waves Elite pool. Ladder's all set up. This took about 15 minutes to put all together. And there's the pump running. So a lot of people ask how long you should keep this running. I've never had to keep it running 24/7. If you have it on for roughly 12 hours or so a day, that's more than sufficient. Again, this was filled with city water, which is chlorinated. So there's not a whole lot of minerals and whatnot in it like well water, so it's quite simple to maintain. I'll have to clean the bottom. It's been filled for a few days. So again, the base, it's white silica sand. Then my pool pad is on top of that, and then the pool's on it. Just taking a look around it. The sand gives it a nice little look to it, almost like a beachy look. And again, this is something that anybody can put together themselves. Having a second person would make it a little quicker and easier, but it's something certainly anybody can put together. Hopefully the video answers a few people's questions there on how to put everything together for the pool. Now I should mention, when you do have boards underneath your legs going down, make sure that they're not touching the pool liner itself. So you want to go around and make sure there is a gap between here. You don't want the wood pushing up against the base of your pool. And also too, with your ladder, if it's sitting on sand, you want to put some wood underneath the ladder leg so it doesn't sink in. So again, this was just a video on how to set up your Summer Waves Elite pool. Again, it's a 16 foot by 48 inches deep. Make sure to check out my other videos in regards to above ground pools. And I'll be taking this down in the fall and winterizing it. So I'll do a takedown video for it. And you don't live in Canada if you don't have a hockey net sitting beside your pool. Well, if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or comments, make sure you post them below. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And on to the next project. Take care.